What's a dark secret you want to get off of your chest? When I was 7, I was home alone. I called 911 due to a house fire that consumed half the house and they found me outside. My mother, who was at work, I was a latchkey kid, was told by the fire department that it was an electrical fire. In truth, I had a lighter and was fascinated by fire. I was burning the little tassels at the end of the blanket on my bed, putting them out before it caught the whole blanket on fire. Until I wasn't able to and the whole bed caught fire. An electrical outlet shorted out from the heat, which caused the firemen to think that was the cause. I'm 40 now. My mother still doesn't know the truth and I still remember it all vividly, complete with the heat on my face as I tried in vain to put out the bed. When my dad was passing, my family left me to say my goodbyes. I didn't say anything to him. Great man, I just had no idea what to say. Still feel like shit about it. I have terrible memory issues, and no matter what I do to keep things on track, meds, planners, reminders, alarms, etc., things still slip through the cracks. It makes me feel terrible. BC, I hate the disappointed or even frustrated look I get when I ask a question and should clearly know the answer. It's especially difficult when people end up thinking I don't care. BC, if you care then you'd remember I care so much. I never want to ask what we plan for tomorrow, again, and when your birthday is, again, despite attending the party last year. It just gets really hard to juggle everything all the time. A friend goes on and on about how many Twitch followers he has and how he's getting so big as a streamer, etc. He doesn't know that most of his followers/viewers are me. He was so depressed that nobody was tuning in that I used a Google Worksuite account and a ton of aliases to spawn Twitch accounts to follow/watch him. It's gotten out of control though and he keeps trying to lord and over our friend group how many viewers/followers. Not sure how to proceed, because he was pretty depressed before I created all the followers, and worry he'll get depressed again if I slowly stop doing it. For people asking, I'm not going to post the stream link. It wouldn't do anything healthy for him to see a big hit of viewers at this point, and I don't need him Googling himself and finding his way to this post. Instead, one of the respondents below dropped a link to his kid's stream. If you want to make a kid smile, go give a follow too. Never mind, looks like moderator killed the post, so I probably shouldn't link it. I genuinely fear that I'm only nice and considerate due to habit and training. Edit, I got a lot of supportive and sympathizing responses and I'm very, very thankful for them. I worked on SpongeBob SquarePants, the Yellow Avenger, and know for a fact that the game cannot be 100% completed on the DS version, 99% max. Not my fault, but I hate that it shipped like that and feel sorry for anyone who's seriously tried. When I was 8 years, male, old, I was at a friend's sleepover. He was also the same age and there was also an older boy there. He asked me to get naked and lay on my friend. After saying no multiple times I got persuaded to do it. He said they do it a lot as guys his age. I don't know much more of that night. I guess my brain said, let's forget that. I still know how the room looked, what games we played before and how the bed and the carpet looked. I'm 20 now and I think because of that I had a lot of trouble accepting physical touch and intimacy. It's one of the most detailed memories of my childhood till one point. Not so dark, but I hope my stepdad breaks it off with my mom. She is physically and emotionally abusive to him, but they act like it's a normal thing couples do. It would be awful because I like him, but I want him to be happy. I felt relieved when my dad unalived himself. While he had a lot of mental health issues, he was also not a very nice person and put me and my family through a lot of pain, for many years. I have countless stories of the messed up things he said and did. I now have conflicting feelings, where I am sad that someone suffered so much pain, and inflicted so much pain on others. But I'm also relieved that it is over, and I don't honestly miss him at all. Edit, wow, thanks for so many positive replies. It sounds like I'm very much not alone in having feelings like this, sending out the love to anyone in a similar boat. I've been a functioning alcoholic since 2018 when I was drugged, taken to another location, and sexually assaulted by multiple people. I began using alcohol to numb myself after that. A few years later I got in an abusive relationship and my drinking just spiraled completely out of control. I've never told my friends or family about the assault or my alcoholism. They eventually found out about the abusive relationship once I left him for good. Even after I got out of the relationship, I was basically drinking myself to death. I would drink anywhere from 10 to 18 cans almost every night of the week until I could pass out in my bed until morning. I tried cutting back a few times but would always relapse worse than before. But today I am proud to say that I'm 19 days sober, starting therapy, and I'm looking forward to finally getting my life back on track. During a manic episode, I was filled with so much rage and sorrow that I let a homeless man take me into a ditch behind a church in hopes that he would unalive me. He didn't. He just snorted some meth, showed me pictures of his girlfriends, and made pleasant conversation. I guess he was just lonely. Edit. Since many people seem to only take one thing from this story, I didn't know he was homeless till my mom found us and offered him a ride to his place, which then we discovered he didn't have one. I didn't expect him to unalive me, I was just hoping he would, as an obviously drugged up man walking across the street to approach a 19-year-old girl who is alone and offering her into a ditch where bodies are often found was a decent enough red flag. And let's not forget that I was in a state of psychosis. That I didn't spend near enough time with my nan in the months before her death. For context, she was 101, hilarious, kind, and had all her faculties. She was the best support, and everything you would want in a nan. With her age, I knew time was short but didn't prioritize her as much as I should have. I saw her the night before she died, and I said I'm sorry, and she accepted it and forgave me, but you could tell she was sad. Next time I saw her, she was gone. I regret it every day of my life. Edit. I'm sorry I haven't replied to everyone. Thanks a billion for the funny, caring, lovely words. Thanks also for sharing your stories. I'm so sorry for all your loss. I've read them all and it looks like this is a pretty universal experience. I know the guilt and pain feeling, so I'm sorry you have to go through that too. There is some great advice in the comments and I hope you find one that makes you feel a bit better. For those who have grandparents that are alive, and you can't get to them or it's hard, don't beat yourself up. The comments I read that helped me might help you too. If you can physically or mentally see them, do it, otherwise look after yourself. Your grandparents and parents made good people. I want my brother and his fiancée to lose everything they have, including custody and right to see their kids. They are awful, extremely manipulative people who took full advantage, financially, mentally, emotionally, of my elderly parents. I hate them with every fiber of my being. I don't feel the want to do anything. I feel no excitement for future dates or events. I'm not excited or looking forward to anything except greedy shit like getting money or objects. I'm not even materialistic, it's just like my brain is looking for shortcuts to make me feel some sort of excitement, and so it looks for objects that I want. This makes me feel fucking horrible. My girlfriend asks me to play video games or hang out with her, and I always do, but I never look forward to it until we actually do something. I always enjoy my time with her, but I can't get hyped up to do anything. I've heard of this with older people, but I'm only 18 and I'm horrified. I need this motivation. I suffered from horrific intrusive thoughts due to OCD, and for 28 years I thought something was wrong with me. That I may end up being a predator/murderer/psycho, even though all of the thoughts made me physically sick. I was genuinely scared to babysit my 2-year-old nephew alone, because what if I accidentally threw him down the stairs? I finally opened up to my therapist, and she helped me work through it all, and I'm not triggered anymore, and I can finally live peacefully. My best friend since 10 now, 32, just got married. I wasn't included in the bachelor party nor invited to stand in the wedding. I left shortly after dinner was served. No pictures, no partying. Seen him as I was leaving. We said we loved each other and I said congratulations. Some days I want to build a cabin in the middle of nowhere, and just vanish. Nobody ragging on me for my looks. Nobody complaining that the job they're underpaying me for isn't done as fast as they want. No more torturing myself with impossible dreams of a better life, with a wife and kids, and a dog and 2 cars in the garage. Just me, in the damned woods, alone. No more scumbags saying it's God's will whenever something bad happens. It's also exhausting. I have a really difficult time connecting to and understanding other people. I'm never cruel about it. I just don't feel connected to anyone. It hurts me. I don't let it hurt anyone else. Someone attacked me in a park late at night, and I found a drug needle somebody left behind, and I stabbed him in the eye and ran. I have never seen him since then, and I pray I never do. I'm always going to resent my parents for loving my adopted sister more than me. She was adopted before I was born, and they were always asking me, why couldn't I be more like her? Growing up, she was always the favored one. Thank you for watching Reddit Stories. May you and your loved ones have a blessed day.